Y'all, welcome to another video today for your class with me, Professor William Wright. And today I just wanted to go over again another video today going over the museum scavenger hunt assignment. So let's check that out real quick. This will only be a few minutes, but it's one of those assignments that I figure it's probably better to go ahead and have a video at least talking through it. This is what our assignments look like so far. First off, make sure you go to the Discovering Media assignment. I posted that as well, and I don't have a full video for it, but you should check it out. Maybe I'll dig into that. I'm going to go ahead and do it. It's going to be a video over both of them. Basically, I just wanted to highlight in this one, in the Discovering Media assignment, although it's not number 4. Normally, we do 3 different activities in class, and then the 4th one is at home. But since this is all online, you're just going to do it at home. So basically, look through this list of options. You're going to kind of highlight and finish up this section rather than a quiz. What I want you to do is choose 2 of the following 5 options and do both to complete the assignment. Use your camera or any camera phone, any camera that you can get photos online. And make sure you explain anything that I ask you to explain. So I do want to be clear, this is what the second part is. If you choose option 1, even those 2 photos, that only counts as completing 1, so it's only half of it. So, if you choose to do option 1 and 4, it's 4 photos that you're going to be taking. Okay, so just to be clear, just because it says, it's 2 photos and up here it says choose 2, that's not quite enough. That's still only completing the 1. I hope that makes sense. But the first one is just 2 photos of architecture. So that's reviewing chapter 13 over architecture, and then be able to write about it, like be able to talk about it, like what kind of construction it is. So you may need to look at the video and review the slides over chapter 13. Take 2 photos of architecture around you in the world. Number 2 is create a piece of found object or installation art. We've talked a lot about installation art. The videos in chapter 3, I think chapter 2 talks about it. And then, of course, the sculpture chapter, we talk a lot about it. So make sure that you do it cleanly. Something like sidewalk chalk is great, especially if it's on your own sidewalk, but trash sculpture that you can clean up once you photograph it. You can even, if you just find a cool piece of graffiti or other work that already was created by somebody else. I know there's an area of Dallas that I drive through sometimes that the homeless people make weird little found object sculptures. Just photograph that. That's great. Upload the photographs and explain to me what it is. Number 3 is making a small earthwork. Basically the same thing, but you're going to do it in nature and you're going to use nature. So it's not using chalk on the sidewalk. It's actually going out, finding some twigs, rocks, leaves, and building a little sculpture there. Photograph it. Tell me what it is in the comments and submit it. All of them say to tell me in the comments what it is, just so you know. Okay, number 4, 2 artistic photographs of the. If you're a photographer, if you like photography, we had a chapter about that, chapter 9. Do that, but you're going to send me 2 because photograph chapters are a little easier, or the photograph options here, 1 and 4, are a little easier. I want you to do 2 for that one, and then as well, if you do number 4, you also need to pick one of the others. Just to be clear, if you do number 1, you also need to do one of the other ones. In any case, number 5 is make a drawing. That's one we usually do in class, but use art piece, using at least 3 different drawing, painting, or printmaking media. This is good for, those of you that have drawing stuff around the house. Then photograph that and turn it in. Tell me what you used to make it in the comments. At least 3 different drawing, painting, or printmaking materials. Again, choose 2 of these 5 options you see here. If you don't feel like typing things in the comments, you can always compile them into a Google Doc or PDF. This will be the Discovering Media section of your grade. It is due, this one is due on July 27th, or June 27th. So that's like Sunday. Get it done by Sunday. You only have a few days. I posted this a couple days ago, but if anybody's been confused, now you know. P.S. Also, if you make your own art piece, I'm not grading at all on your technical art making ability. I just want you to show me that you understand the definitions and things. It's based solely on you. I'm just checking for understanding of the chapters, not the skills. So just have fun, have a good time. So that's the Discovering Media assignment. I'm on the fly here, decided to add that in there. But let's also watch talk about the museum scavenger hunt. This is quite a bit bigger assignment and more in-depth, although I have shortened it for the summer course. We'll look at the document in a second, which actually has your clues and things like that. But you're going to review the document above and complete the search for the 12 or so artworks by either physically visiting a museum wherever you live, any kind of art museum in the area, because I don't know if you're all in the Metroplex, but the Metroplex has great ones. Or you can also, if you don't have a museum to visit or you don't have time to schedule a museum visit, you can just click on either of these two links to find online art museums, which is awesome. There's online collections, online tours. So Mental Floss, this article here is just shows you 12 different museums. Now, some of them are history museums, which actually can still be really cool for finding art. But some of the like science museums and stuff, they're cool to visit, but they may not, they're not going to help you on a museum art scavenger hunt. But the second link is actually just to my favorite of the museums on the Mental Floss list, which is the Metropolitan Museum Art, which coupled up with Google Arts and Culture and made like this giant list of awesome artworks that are at the Metropolitan Museum of Art and beyond. So yeah, a lot of the world's top museums have online tours and stuff. You don't have to use it, only the ones here, but everything you need is going to be here. Now, of course, if you want to go into the Metroplex, the Kimball, I'm sure the Dallas Museum of Art will do it. A lot of my students have always used the Kimball and the Modern in Fort Worth, but Dallas has great options as well. Do not just Google search for these. It's super clear. It also like it basically is going to lead to me counting it wrong because if you just Google search like art piece with kids in it, there's a chance it's just going to be like a picture from someone's little personal artwork that they do, and I don't want that. I want art history examples. Do not Google search it, please. If you're going to search it, just go to the Google Arts and Culture page and search it there, so it's in the art canon or like the real art history stuff. Also, if you use Google, a lot of times it's just wrong. The information's wrong, because it's posted on somebody's blog or some crap. So in any case, you will receive extra credit if you go physically visit a museum. Again, Dallas Fort Worth will be the most helpful because those are the ones I know. I know they can give you everything you need. Show me that you visited physically by taking a selfie at the museum. Make sure you have a timestamp on it. Show me a picture of your ticket, which will have the time on it. And then attach the photo with your assignment submission. So with the photos or with your typed out document, attach the photos. Yeah, it'll be a mix of museum and online finds sometimes if you run out of, oh yeah, if you go to visit a museum and you just get tired, you can't finish, it's okay if you mix it up. That's fine. It is due in 1 week, July 1st. Okay, let's look at the document real quick. Hopefully, yeah. You can still see it. So this just repeats itself a little bit, go either physically visit or follow the links that are in the Canvas assignment. But then what I want you to do is type out all the answers in order. I would actually really like you, not just doing it in order, but I would like you to copy and paste or like save this document and delete the top part, but copy and paste the questions, please, please, please. It just makes it so much easier. If I get confused, I'm just going to start counting things wrong. It's not because I'm mean, it's just because I won't know what's happening. So if you go out of order or if you like miss one or something and it throws everything off, don't do that. Just copy and paste the questions into a document and then write your answer under each question. Okay. Turn your document into the Canvas assignment by the date directed there. Basically, for each of these, it's 12 clues or things that I want you to find. And there's not one specific piece for each one. It's just anything you find. And for the piece that you find, I want to make sure you put the name of the piece, the artist's name, the medium, and the year it was made. If you can find it, tell me where it was made. If you want, it would be super awesome if you downloaded the picture and then put it into the document. I'm not going to make you do that, but that would be super helpful. But you do need to be sure you copy the question. Just makes it way easier. Now, if one of these questions, like in the ancient art world, number 6, find me a piece from before 500 BC, you're probably not going to find the name of the guy who made that. So just don't worry about that. I understand. Just put everything that you can find, okay, in terms of these things, name of the piece, artist name, all that stuff. Now, other times I may ask you to also answer a question in relation to that clue. So be sure you pay attention to that. If you want to learn more about a piece, you can always Google the piece or the artist, or many times their name is a link to a bio on the online sources. Yeah, it's not Oh yeah, sometimes what matters is not shown. That's why you can go to the bio. There may be questions that ask for additional info. Don't forget to read and answer those completely. This is important too. No artist or art piece may be used twice at any point. So if you copy and use the same art piece for several or the same artist for several, I'll count that wrong. Because I want you to really explore things. Okay, I'm not going to make you, I'm not going to read all these, but you can read. Here are the clues. They're pretty straightforward. Be sure you know the lines the words that I underline are vocabulary words that you need to make sure that you know and pay attention to the year. The 3 and 4 are things you have to give me an answer. You have to tell me why. Be sure you know what relief is. Be sure some of these I even told you. Ancient world is before 500 BC. Be sure you pay attention to that. The European Renaissance. Don't give me an answer. I want something from Europe. Don't show me something made in 1500 in South America. That's not the European Renaissance. And yeah, if you show me something made in France in 1955, that's not the Renaissance. Both of those would be counted wrong. Pay attention to what the European Renaissance is. Landscape. On the landscape, I'd like you to tell me where it's at. Pre-Columbian. Straightforward. It just means before Columbus, but in America. Again, if you tell me something that was made in China before Columbus discovered America, that's wrong. It needs to be made in America. Now, if you tell me something made in the United States, again in 1900, that's also wrong because that's not pre-Columbian. Pay attention to those things. Bigger than you, smaller than you, and then non-objective. Be sure you know what these things mean. I'm not trying to be mean here. I feel like I'm coming off like snarky, but I've just seen these things done before. But in any case, there is the assignment. Be sure you do it as a Word document. If you use Pages, it will not work. Remember that, the Apple defaults to Pages, and Pages will not open on Canvas. Be sure you save it. Even if you make it in Pages, convert it to Word or convert it to a PDF. It'll be fine. Let me know if you have trouble. Yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I think I covered everything. I think that's probably long enough. Yeah, I'll let you go. Yeah, hopefully that helped on both of those assignments. And other than that, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.